stunned Spain and inspired the world. Vozinha's mother had managed to arrange a ticket to watch her son play in the FIFA World Cup. But there was one problem. She could not afford the cost of obtaining a visa. So instead of traveling to America, she stayed home and watched the match on television. What she didn't know was that her son was about to write one of the most remarkable stories in World Cup history. At 40 years old, Cape Verde goalkeeper Vozinha's mother had already begun preparing for the trip. However, securing a U.S. visa proved impossible. In January 2026, the U.S. government introduced a return security bond of up to $15,000 for citizens of several countries, including Cape Verde. This amount was required in addition to the normal visa fees. For Vozinha's mother, the cost was simply too high, so she remained at home, watching from her television screen. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away in Atlanta, her son was becoming an impenetrable wall against European champion Spain. Cape Verde is a small island nation made up of 10 volcanic islands in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of West Africa. This was the country's first-ever FIFA World Cup appearance, making them only the third smallest nation in history to qualify for football's biggest tournament. Vozinha's real name is Josimar Jose Avoradias. His father wanted to name him after former Real Madrid and Argentina striker Jorge Valdano, but local authorities rejected the request. Instead, he became known as Vozinha, a Portuguese nickname meaning little voice. The irony is remarkable. The man known as Little Voice made the entire football world hear his name on the night of June 15th. Born in the city of Mindelo, Vozinha originally dreamed of becoming striker. But over time, his path led him to goalkeeping. He didn't even become a professional footballer until the age of 25. Throughout his career, he played for clubs in Portugal, Slovakia, and Cyprus. His biggest club achievement came in 2019 when he won the Cyprus Cup with AEL Limassol. Today, he plays for Portuguese second division club Chaves. At one point, his market value reached only €40,000. For many top clubs, that's less than what they spend on equipment and player supplies. Yet on that unforgettable night in Atlanta, this cheap goalkeeper kept the world's second-ranked team scoreless. Spain unleashed wave after wave of attacks. They fired 27 shots during the match. Their lineup featured stars such as Lamine Yamal, Pedri, and Ferran Torres. As the game entered its final stages, Spain introduced even more attacking talent, bringing on players like Dani Olmo and Nico Williams. But they could not break through Vozinha's wall. The Cape Verde goalkeeper made 7 saves. Every single one of Spain's shots on target was denied. FlashScore awarded him an incredible 8.8 rating and named him man of the match. Historically, Vozinha became the oldest goalkeeper ever to keep a clean sheet in his World Cup debut. He also became the first goalkeeper since 1966 to make at least 7 saves in a World Cup match at the age of 40 or older. Cape Verde entered the tournament ranked 66th in the FIFA rankings. Spain entered ranked 2nd. The draw was immediately labeled one of the biggest upsets in World Cup history. When the final whistle blew, Vozinha bent down near his goal and broke into tears. His teammates rushed toward him and surrounded him in celebration. Cape Verde coach Bubista later explained, "Vozinha was overwhelmed with emotion. He has made enormous sacrifices to reach this moment. These were tears of perseverance. This moment means everything to our country. We always said we wanted the world to see our team play." After the match, Vozinha revealed another deeply emotional reason for his tears. "My mother couldn't come because of the visa situation. We weren't able to cover the expenses in time." Then he added, "I grew up with my grandparents. They passed away a few years ago. They weren't here to witness this historic moment." Those words touched millions around the world. A man had just become a national hero. The entire football world was celebrating him. Yet the people whose presence meant the most to him were not there. His mother was watching from home. His grandparents were gone. Before the match, Vozinha had around 45,000 followers on Instagram. After his heroic performance against Spain, that number exploded. Millions of football fans rushed to follow him. His follower count eventually soared to more than 8.6 million. Even Brazilian broadcaster K's TV encouraged viewers to follow the Cape Verde goalkeeper. Years earlier, during World Cup qualification, Vozinha had said, "I've been dreaming about this since I was a child." On the night of June 15th, he showed the entire world that dreams do not have an expiration date. Even at 40 years old, dreams can still come true. Modern football has become a game dominated by money. Big clubs spend billions. Players become global brands. But every once in a while, someone like Vozinha appears and reminds us what football is really about. Not money, not fame, not contracts, but passion, sacrifice, perseverance, and the courage to keep believing in a dream when nobody else does.